Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here, looking ahead to today's games for Wednesday, November 23rd. We have a lot of games today. We got 13 of them. So, it's going to take a little bit to get through them, but definitely will. Hopefully, you guys did good yesterday. I didn't get to play. The lineup that I did have that I was working on last night, like I said, I didn't get to play it or anything like that. It went off, and I'm a little mad about that. It had a. Hard to say this, but it finished at a 356. So I looked it up, and it would have came in like anywhere from second to like fifth place in the tournaments. Yeah, not too happy with that. Definitely was gonna share that with all of our subscribers, but like I said, I just didn't get to share it. I didn't even play it. Nobody played it. So little mad about that. So, but I had something come up, and I just couldn't play. So definitely disappointed about that. So anyway, hopefully you guys had a half decent night there on that 4-game slate. So let's definitely dive right into this 13-game slate as normal, guys. If you guys are interested in premium lineups, it's you get 4 lineups per day. It's $30 a month, 2 for me and 2 from Anthony on the lineups. If you guys are interested, we will have our email in the comment section. All you have to do is just message us and we'll get you all set up. Or if you guys just need some fantasy advice or anything like that, we'll help you as well. So, alrighty, with that being said, let's get into this big slate. So our first game we have is Portland at Cleveland. We got a 216 total and Cleveland by 11. So, find it. There we go. So this one, as you see, it's supposed to be a blowout here. And Portland really hasn't been playing their best basketball here recently. So I don't really know how much I want to target here. I mean, you got your normal. I mean, Lillard is not in play for me. He's just not putting up, the numbers here. Let me see here. He had 36 against New York. So, as you see, he's just not doing it. I thought he'd do a little better against Rose, but, definitely going to pass on Lillard. His price should definitely drop here to around 8,500 here. Irving always in a good spot here. I like him against Lillard. If you think they're going to keep it close, Irving, I like him. He's going to get you around at least 37, 38. Don't really like McCollum in this spot. LeBron is LeBron. He's going to get you your points, so definitely put him in your lineup. Same thing with Kevin Love. He's going to get you your points. I definitely don't mind some Tristan Thompson here. As normal, Portland's really not that good against that center position. So Thompson, I think he should do very well here. Get you around, 28 to 29 fantasy points. Did very well against Detroit. And the other thing, as you see, they haven't played in a very long time, so they should be all rested. So, when Portland's coming on a back-to-back. So, personally, I think they're just going to wipe them out here. So, but if you want Tristan Thompson, I don't mind him. He's probably the one that I would definitely play just because he's so cheap and should get you around 27. As I said, they'll Love, James, obviously, and Irving, they're all in play. It's just, up to you guys who you really want to pick. But out of me, I would probably pick Thompson out of all these guys here. So, like I said, not really touching Lillard, not really touching McCollum. There's 13 games, so this is not the game I'm going to be looking at. So definitely going to fade this one for the most part. All right, moving on. We got Phoenix and Orlando. No over and under on this one yet, but probably around the 213, probably going to be a high-scoring game, and Orlando probably by about 2. So this is going to be a good one. You're going to want to target this one. Phoenix is a fast-paced team. Orlando, once in a while, they can be a fast-paced team. So I don't mind some Payton at all. He's $5,700. Phoenix, as we know, not good against that point guard position. So definitely don't mind some Payton. 33, 34, and that's definitely sitting pretty there against Phoenix. So I like him. Don't mind Bledsoe, not my favorite. Booker, he's sitting in a half-decent spot here against Evan Fournier. These last couple games, he's been, half-decent. So I definitely don't mind some Booker. You see 33 in his last, 19 and 10 in those first 2. So that's a little concerning, but obviously that's just because of his minutes. Only played 23 and 18, was battling some issues. So looks like Booker should be back and all healthy. So don't mind him. Don't mind some Evan Fournier, though. As I said, going to be a fast-paced game. Probably going to get at least 2 or 3 open shots from that 3-point area. He hasn't been doing much either, but, in a favorable matchup here, maybe get you 30, but not my favorite play out there, not the most upside. Warren's out. So looks like Tucker's been playing a little bit more. Let me see here. Yeah, he's been playing a little more, but still not doing much. Maybe put in some night, but with Booker back, I'm not really too high on him. I don't mind some Serge Ibaka here. He's been playing pretty good here recently. Phoenix is the second worst team against that power forward position. So 31 and 39. I like Ibaka quite a bit in this game. So definitely fire up some Ibaka. Maybe some Dudley if you want to. And then you got Alex Lynn. Definitely don't mind him. Looks like Chandler, he said he's going to be out again. So, Lynn still sitting there, 5,200. I'm liking that. As you see, he's been up and down, but, he's sitting pretty good there. Moved him back to that center position. So, definitely don't mind some Lynn. Maybe some Nikola Vukovic, not my highest pick here. He's just really hasn't been doing too well this year. So, I'm probably going to fade him. But, yeah, don't mind some Alex Lynn. He's going to be popular. See how Alan Williams has been doing. Don't think he did too much last time out. Yeah, only had 13, but still don't mind him, but not my favorite play out there. So Alex Lynn, Serge Ibaka for sure. Don't mind Booker, but not my favorite. Don't mind Fournier, but not my favorite. And I guess I didn't really talk about Eric Bledsoe. I don't mind him, but so many games out there, really not going to be targeting him. So Peyton, I definitely don't mind him. So this is going to be, probably pick 1 or 2 and move on kind of game here. So Peyton, as I said, probably going to be the one I pick, and then probably some Ibaka would be the 2 guys I'd really pick from this game. So, all right, moving on. We have Memphis and Philadelphia. I've got a 195 total in Memphis by 4.5. So the only reason it's only at a spread 4 because Philly, for some reason, plays really good at home, even though they usually lose at home. But they still play pretty good at home. So, with that being said, right away, Mike Conley, man, he is going to have a heck of a game here. Signed that big contract in the offseason, but still, I look at him every night, and he's only, around 7-8% owned. Not many people have him. I think his ownership will be a little higher tonight just because he is facing Philly. But, man, I am firing up some Mike Conley here for sure. Don't think he's going to be as popular just because there's so many games, and he's not the most popular guy. But definitely I see at least 40 from Conley. I love him tonight. Going to be in almost all my lineups. I'm not really too high on any of these other guys. Let's see. James Ennis and Parsons is out, so maybe Vince Carter maybe. Maybe he gets some extra run. He got a little extra minutes. So, yeah, I don't mind some Vince Carter maybe in a GPP. Get you 25, 26. Not going to be well owned, but that is up to you. There he is, man. Zebo. There's my guy. Sitting in a very good spot. I tell you guys to pick him all the time, and for good reasons. He's a very consistent player. I see around 27, 28 from him tonight. I wish he played a little bit more minutes, but obviously he's getting a little older, but still a very consistent player. So definitely fire up some Zebo in a GPP. Wouldn't put him in a cash, I don't think. If you want to take a shot with JaMychal Green, he just hasn't been doing anything, but he's sitting in a very good spot here as well. So maybe he capitalizes, gets you 32, 33, maybe out of the blue, but definitely would go Zebo if you're just looking for consistency. And then obviously Marc Gasol, Joel Embiid. I don't mind Embiid, but probably would pick Marc Gasol just because, it's Philly. They're not the best against that center position. So, and if they think it's going to be the close as they say it is, they're going to need Gasol. So I see 35 plus here from Gasol. So definitely don't mind a little mini Memphis stack here. As normal, I don't know why, but Memphis players, they're just not a popular team. Even though they put up some half-decent numbers, they're just not popular. So I still think you'll get Gasol at a half-decent ownership. Randolph probably be like 3% owned. And then Conley probably going to be around 8 or 9% owned. But not many people are going to have him. But Conley definitely going to be in a lot of my lineups. So I like this game quite a bit. I know the total's only at a 195, but I really do think it's going to be a little bit higher. I think 76ers are going to maintain this pace. I think they're going to be the ones that control it. Memphis likes to slow it down, but Philly likes to play at a faster pace. So I really think it's going to be at least a 203, 204 total. So definitely don't mind that one at all. Alrighty. Moving on, we got Charlotte and San Antonio. We got a 198 total here, and San Antonio by 5. So going to be another half decent matchup. I know these totals aren't high, but Charlotte, another team that plays really good at home. So and they got a tough opponent coming in San Antonio. So I think they're going to do half decent in this one right away. Kemba Walker, I like him. Last couple of games hasn't really been doing too much. As you see, 26 hasn't been much, but his price came down, sitting in a very good spot here. I know it's hard to say that against San Antonio, but if you guys know Tony Parker, he's a very bad defender, getting up there in age. So, it still says they're like the 7th best team against point guards, but it's all right. Definitely take some Walker here against Parker. He's not going to burn you in this matchup. Kemba is just way too explosive for Tony Parker. So don't mind some Parker in that one at all. I want to target this game. I just don't know how many players I want to target. Batum, he's going up against Danny Green, a pretty good defender, but Batum, I like him as a player. Obviously, put in some Kawhi Leonard, 8,500, sitting very nice. And then you got some LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't mind him, but not the most explosive guy. He used to be, but just – doesn't seem like he's doing it anymore. And then you got some Pau Gasol sitting in a good spot. Cody Zeller may be out. So he may go up against Roy Hibbert. I'm not really afraid of Roy Hibbert's defense, but last couple games, though, his minutes have slipped down just a little bit. Definitely watch out for that. Popovich played him four games in a row over 30 points, 30 minutes. So maybe he's slowing, easing up on him a little bit. So I don't mind Gasol, but I wish he was a little bit cheaper in this situation. But not my favorite play out there. And I'm not going to touch Roy Hibbert. So you got Kawhi Leonard, and then mostly just Kemba Walker in this one. I don't really want to target too many in this game, but that is who I'm going to target. Like I said, I like Batum as a player, but just not sitting in a good spot for me here. So then maybe some Aldridge, but he doesn't have that huge upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Not the most exciting game out there, but I'm definitely going to pick 2 from this one and probably move on. All righty, moving on. We got Atlanta and Indiana. No total on this one. Let's see here. But probably going to be around, about a 208. It should be a pretty good game. And Indiana maybe by like 1 or 2. So this one, as I said, should be good as well. Atlanta, we're coming off a loss against Golden State. So obviously that doesn't fare too well. Indiana did. Atlanta lost last night to New Orleans. All right, let me find it here. All right, so we have Jeff Teague and Dennis Schroeder. Let's see what's going on with Teague. He left the game against Golden State. So not sure if he's going to play or not. Even if he does a little questionable there. I really wish he was healthy, though. I'd love to play him against Dennis Schroeder. Aaron Brooks will probably get the start. I don't like that at all, though. Not really too high on Aaron Brooks. Even if he did start, I think he'd only play around 23, 24 minutes. Not really high there. And then you got Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis may move over to that point guard position. See here, if Paul George for some reason out again, I think he's going to play. I think he should play here. Let's say if Paul George and CJ Miles were out again for some reason, and Jeff Teague, right away, Rodney Stuckey comes to mind. He had a pretty good game against Golden State, so I don't mind some Stuckey. He had 26.4, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. So I like some Stuckey. Only if all those guys are out, then obviously he's going to have to play more minutes, and his usage is going to go up. So And, and if all those guys are out, obviously Monte Ellis. So all these other Indiana Pacers are sitting in a very good spot if for some reason those guys are out. Don't mind some Thaddeus Young. He's going to have to step it up. Miles Turner, he's still game time decision too. So, just these injuries may hurt him a little bit. This spread may just totally change throughout the day. Atlanta may be favored by 8 or 9 just if all these guys are out. So don't think they will be. But this is going to be one of those games I'm going to have to keep an eye on. Can't really say who I want to pick here just because everyone's injured. So, but Howard, obviously got to have him in there. As I say almost every day, Indiana's really bad against rebounding, so I love some Howard. Don't mind Millsap in this one. Not my favorite play, but still sitting pretty. And then you got, as I said, Monte Ellis, Rodney Stuckey, and then maybe some Dennis Schroeder, but can't really put my foot on this one because, like I said, I need these injuries to come out. So this is going to be one of those games that you're just going to have to wait and see how everything folds. So all right, moving on, we have another really low total. We got a Miami and a Detroit game. Not excited about this one. We got a 189 and Detroit by 4. But, one guy that I'm excited to play, and I think a lot of other people are as well, Hassan Whiteside. As normal, Drummond, just very bad defender. Whiteside is going to get you at least 50-plus here, easy here tonight against Drummond. Going to be a close game. I think he can easily get it. So, yeah, I love some Whiteside. If you can get him in there, he's probably my second or third best play of the night out of everyone. So, not really too high on these guys. Harris kind of burned me last time. John Lure hasn't been doing much, so not really going there. Marcus Morris, he burnt me as well. I'm not too high on him. Maybe some James Johnson in a GPP. Winslow looks like he's still going to be out. So maybe James Johnson, but he's just not sitting very pretty. It's just not his type of game, so I'm not really high on him. And then you got Waiters, he's game time decision. If for some reason he's out, don't mind some Josh Richardson. But for me, it's kind of a fade game. Dragic, sitting in, not bad. As normal, Ish Smith, not a good defender. Not too excited about Dragic as normal, but, he's a consistent player. He won't be well owned. He'll, get you around 31, 32 if that's what you're looking for, but not the most exciting guy out there. But, sitting in a good matchup, it's the spread's only at 4, so maybe some Dragic, so don't mind him, but just not my favorite game out there I'm really targeting. So a lot of these early games I'm not really too high on. So maybe some Dragic and maybe some Whiteside, and that's really it from this one. So not really targeting. I've been burnt too much by Detroit here the last couple of games, so not going to go there. All right, moving on. We got Brooklyn and Boston, 214 total, and Boston by 7. So this should be a good one as normal. You got some Isaiah Thomas, obviously. Let's see what's going on. Jeremy Lin will remain sidelined, so have to see with him. He might be a game time decision. But, yeah, right away, Isaiah Thomas, I love him. They're going to need him in this one. Bradley, his price came down a little bit, been struggling, but, man, he's sitting in a very good spot here against a young Brooklyn team. So, really, really like him in this spot here. As I said, he's not been doing too well, but, I think he'll rebound here against Brooklyn. So, like some Bradley, I like Thomas. I love pairing both of those guys. And then Jay Crowder, game time decision, not really touching those small forwards. Power forward, I don't mind Booker. Mari Johnson's not a good defender, but Booker's not really that type of guy. But, maybe if you get you 28 or 29, I don't mind him, but not the right guy to play here against Amir Johnson. And then you got Brook Lopez, you got Al Horford. Don't mind Al Horford. Brook Lopez, not the best defender out there. So Horford, ever since he came back, he's trying to lead this Boston team here. So he's sitting in a good spot, 47 and 42. So fire up me some Horford. He is way, way, way too cheap at $7,200. So he's going to be in almost 100% of my lineups here against Brook Lopez. I didn't know how good. I knew he was doing good, but didn't know he was doing that good. So Horford definitely, you're going to get a steal there. yeah, so Thomas, love him, going to be in there. Bradley, love him, going to be in there. And then obviously some Al Horford. So hopefully Brooklyn can keep this close. I hope they do. Like I said, Boston, they haven't really been doing it this year just because of all the injuries going on, but sitting in a very good spot here against Brooklyn. All right, moving on. We have Toronto and Houston. We got a 216 total in Houston by 3.5. So here's the game you're going to want to target. Love this one quite a bit. All right, hold on 1 second. All right. So this is going to be a good one. You got Kyle Lowry going up against Beverly. I really like Lowry. I know he's going up against Beverly, though, but still I think he's sitting in a half-decent spot. You got Harden, you got DeRozan. I love both of them quite a bit. Looks like Harden, I think the last couple of games he hasn't been doing as good. I mean, I know he's still doing very well, but 53 and 50, yeah, still not doing bad. So Harden obviously sitting in a good spot. DeRozan, not a bad defender, but not the best. So love me Harden, love me some DeRozan. Maybe some Ariza here. He's going up against Carroll, though. They kind of cancel each other out. So not too high there. Ryan Anderson, maybe, but don't think they're really going to need him in this one. And then you got Valanciunas and Clint Capella. Let's go see here. I'm not too sure how they are here against their centers. Valanciunas, I think he had a half-decent game there last time out. Let's see. All right. All right, where are you? The Raptors are – all right, there they are. They're sitting pretty good right there. And then Houston, I don't think they're that good. Rockets, where are you at? All right, there they are. They're middle of the pack, so don't mind some Valanciunas maybe, but I'm just going to go Al Horford all the way right there. So, for me, this is just going to be a Harden, DeRozan, and Kyle Lowry, and then kind of move on kind of game here. Probably I really want some DeRozan and Harden. Lowry would probably be my third out of the three, but going to be a good game right here. If you want to target this one, as I said, it's going to be a 216 total, so definitely going to want to have at least one or two of these big guys in this game. All right, moving on. We got the Clippers and we got the Dallas Mavericks. No total on this one, but probably like a 193 and Clippers by like 5 or 6. Not too high on this one. I think I really do think Clippers, as normal, are going to just annihilate these guys. Dallas, they're having a lot of injuries this year, so, no Dirk. Bray is out as well, and D. Will. So, just this game is not going to go too well. Dallas is 2-11. LA is 13-2. So, I don't even know who to target. Chris Paul, he's going to sit in a good spot, but he's only going to play maybe 2.5 quarters. Put in some Curry, but he's going to be going up against Chris Paul if D. Will is not going to play. He did do too bad against San Antonio, but that's against Parker. So Chris Paul is one of the best defenders. So I'm not too high on Curry. His ownership's going to be high though, but not really high on it. Harrison Barnes probably going to be playing at that power forward position against Blake Griffin. I'm not really high on that. Dirk's still game time decision. So this is a fade game for me. I know there's a lot of big stars, but it's just going to be a blowout. And that's not what I'm looking for. So I'm probably just going to fade this one. Not really excited about that game there. All right, moving on. We got Denver and Utah. This is probably going to be another low total, probably around like a 195 here, and Utah probably around 3 or 4. These guys played not too long ago. They played on the 20th. Denver beat them 105-91. So, that was in Denver though. So let me see here. George Hill is still game time decision. I don't mind Moutier, but like I said, I'm glad I didn't pick him last night. I told you guys I didn't mind him, but once again he kind of did a dud on me, so I'm glad I didn't pick him. 8.7. So Yeah, every time I recommend this guy, he just does. So I'm not going to recommend him tonight. Maybe he does something. Who knows? But point guard's not really excited about. Don't mind Rodney Hood, but his ceiling as normal is not really there. Don't mind some Hayward, but he hasn't really been doing it too much recently either. And Denver, they're pretty good against that small forward position. I know Butler lit them up last night, but Butler a little bit better player than Hayward. He had 33, so I don't mind Hayward against Wilson Chandler. He's still sitting at 5,900. Wish he was a little cheaper, but not going to get him cheaper. He had, let me see here, played Utah, got 22. So, he's up and down kind of guy. This isn't a really fast-paced game, so not too high on Chandler here. Favors is still going to be out. Let's go see here how Trey Lyles have been doing. He's been up and down, 25 against Houston, not too much against Denver. So not really going to touch some Trey Lyles. I don't mind Fareed, but, I don't really like messing with those Denver bigs. And then Rudy as normal. Don't mind him, but not my favorite game either here. Let's see here, Rudy, he had 19 against Denver. So, yeah, not really too high on this one. So got some Hayward in there. Don't mind Chandler, but not a fast-paced game. He does better in fast-paced games. Not too high on Hood. So not really another game I'm not really going to be targeting. But, maybe some Hayward, and that's really it. But not really going to be targeting. There's a lot of low over and unders on this slate here. But anyway, these next three, we're going to be getting into some good games, so excited about that. All right, Minnesota, New Orleans, 210 total in New Orleans by 1. So I'm going to be targeting this game very, very, very much if this total stays at 1. This is obviously relying on that Anthony Davis news. Kind of hope he doesn't play, but, everybody is going to have Terrence Jones. If he doesn't, same as me, put him in there. Don't mind some Gorgie Dang. I know he's been off and on, but, if Anthony Davis is out, he's sitting in a very good spot. In this, as I said, it's only a 1 spread, so I like him. Playing some big minutes these last couple games, so I like some Gorgie Dang quite a bit. Karl Anthony Towns, oh, man. I don't know. Whiteside or Towns. It's kind of a toss-up. I might give it to Whiteside because he's facing Drummond, but Towns, man, he's facing Ashik. And with no Davis, man, he's going to just kill. So, and he had a very good game last time out. So I might just have a steady dose of both of those guys as my two upper centers. So as you see, he had 56 against Boston. Boston bad against that center position. So maybe going back to that Boston game, if you totally missed him, maybe you want to take a shot with Brook Lopez. As I said, Boston's in the top 5 worst against center. So maybe some Lopez. He's been half decent. He won't be owned at all. So don't mind Lopez, but I'm going to go Al Horford over him. Anyway, getting back to this game here. You got small forward Wiggins sitting in a good spot. Hasn't been doing too well, but I picked him last time, but, Crowder was playing him. So I think he will definitely go off in this one. Don't mind some Zach LaVine. He's been off and on as well, but sitting in a very good spot. And in that lineup, I was going to play yesterday. Tim Frazier was in it. I was going to take a shot with him just to do it. He was doing half decent these last couple games, so I decided to put him in there. And, 53 points. So I don't think he'll do that again. If Davis is out, though, they're going to need him. They're going to need Holiday as well, so don't mind some Tim Frazier. Ricky Rubio, though, sitting at a good spot. I picked him 2 nights ago when he played Boston. As I said, he was only 1% owned, and he got me a 32 points. As you see, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a double-double. He's sitting in another very good spot, playing big minutes these last couple games, so I love me some Rubio. No one's going to have him. As I said, it's only a spread by 1, so this game, I'm going to have a lot of exposure to this one. So don't mind Holiday, but probably going to pick Tim Frazier over him. Ricky Rubio, obviously, Zach LaVine, Wiggins, Dang Jones, and some talent. So, as I said, just going to definitely pick almost everyone from this game. All right, moving on. We got the Lakers and Golden State Warriors. No total, but probably around like a 218, 219, and Golden State probably around 6 or 7. So this another really good game. Going to be a very popular game as well. Let me go see because they just played not too long ago. Let me go see the results. LA beat them 117-97, but that was in LA. Going to be a little bit different here in Golden State, but going to be a very good game. I love this matchup. You got Curry. He had 41 last time against the Lakers, so definitely like him. Probably not going to pick him, but Jose Calderon, he's been starting for D'Angelo Russell. Let me see. I don't think he's really been doing much. 27 against OKC. Maybe if you want to put him in there. Just because you get exposure to this, but not my favorite option. And then you got Klay Thompson, obviously, Lou Williams, Jordan Clarkson. I love all those guys. Love me some Kevin Durant. Draymond Green, not my favorite play, but still sitting not too bad. And then Julius Randle, don't mind him at all either. But, these last couple games hasn't been doing too much. Been dealing with a little bit of an injury here. With a hip injury. So I might fade him just because his price is so much. And then you got Mozgov and you got Zaza Pachulia. I think – I'm not going to pick him, but I think Zaza actually had a half-decent night last time. You see here. Yeah, he had 26 points. So, yeah, he surprised right there just because of the Randall injury. So, not really going to be touching those guys. I'm not too high on those power forwards. Kevin Durant is normal. Klay Thompson – been doing a lot better. Lou Williams, Jordan Clarkson, and then Curry. So, definitely going to target this one as normal. Just mention all the big guys, but definitely put them in your lineup. All right, last but not least, we got OKC and Sacramento. We got a 210 total, and Sacramento by 2.5. All right, so as normal, we got Westbrook. Put him in there if you want to. If that's where you want to spend up at, don't really have to tell you not to. Victor Oladipo been playing some good ball as well. Like him there, get that shooting guard position. Rudy Gay, sitting in a good spot as well. $7,200 going up against Robertson. I like him quite a bit. As you see, didn't do too good those 2 games, but play Toronto did. In a revenge game, did pretty well. So I like some Rudy Gay once again. Probably get you around, 40, and it's going to be a late game, so definitely going to have exposure to him. Not too high on those power forwards. Then, as normal, DeMarcus Cousins, if you want to put him in there, definitely don't mind that. So, another one of those games that's just going to be a stars kind of game. Cousins, Rudy Gay, don't mind Robertson, but not my favorite pick. Oladipo, love him, and then some Westbrook. Not too high in Collison yet. Hasn't really proved to me. I mean, he is facing Westbrook, but they're probably not going to play him. So, all right, I think that does it. With, like I said, 13 games, a lot of them. Let's try and get a lineup. It should be relatively easy to do it. So, all right, I'm going to go straight to this Minnesota-New Orleans game here. I'm going to try and stack up as much as possible in this game. Let's go. All right, well, for my center, I'm going to go Al Horford because I said he's sitting in a very good spot. Let's put him in there. I do like Karl Anthony Towns, though. All right, then I say Gorgie Dang. I like some Jarence Jones. I like Wiggins. This is just, like I said, I'm just going to target this game. I'm not going to go Zach LaVine in this one. And then probably just not for this game, I'm not going to go point guard. So I'm going to get 3 people from that game just for now. All right, let's go to another game I like. Let's put in some Klay Thompson, sitting in a good spot. Toronto. Like I said, I want to get DeRozan in or Harden in there. I like some Bradley. I like some Isaiah Thomas. What are we sitting at? We're sitting at 72. All right, see if there's anyone I can punt here at the point guard position. Let's see here. Don't think there's anyone I can really punt. Let's go Mike Conley. And then you got 7,300 for a small forward. There we go, Rudy Gay. All right, that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's just a straight-up cash game. You got Isaiah Thomas, 11 against Brooklyn. Conley, very good spot against Philly. Klay Thompson, high-scoring game here against the Lakers. Bradley, very easy spot here against Brooklyn. Hasn't been doing too good these last couple games, which is going to bring down his own ownership, but look for him to rebound. Wiggins, very good spot against New Orleans. Rudy Gay, good spot here against OKC. Gorgie Dang against New Orleans. And then Terrence Jones as well, and then some Al Horford. So definitely a lot of different ways that you can go here tonight. So that is kind of what I'm looking at. As I said, don't mind Whiteside. Love some Towns. A lot of centers in this game. In this slate. So, yeah, going to be a very good slate. Going to be a lot of high scores. So, definitely loving this slate quite a bit. Alrighty, guys. I think that mostly does it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, hit that button for more NBA videos. If you're new to the channel, definitely welcome. And hopefully, you guys learn some stuff. All right. And as normal, guys, if you are interested in premium lineups, it is $30 a month. You get 4 lineups per day, 2 from me and 2 from Anthony. So yeah, and if you guys are, need some help as well, struggling a little bit, hit us up as well. We'll help you out as much as we can. Our email would be in the comment section. Just message us. We'll get you all set up. All right. Hope everyone enjoys their Wednesday, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow here on Thanksgiving. Alrighty. Hope everyone has a good day.